And the third component is work. We go to our profession. We have our chores at home. We have to look after the family. We have our obligations to friends and society. We have our job. We have our profession. And we engage ourselves in that. But while we engage ourselves in that, it has to be with the attitude of efficiency in action. Efficiency in action is karma tatparta. And knowing where my obligations, responsibilities lie in relation to my commitments and duties, and always fulfilling those commitments and duties, and being accountable for that, being responsible for that. I am responsible to accomplish this duty, this work, this job, and be accountable for that. And with this, engage in the practice of satya, identifying with the truth, ahimsa, cultivate no violence in action, in thought, and in behavior. Even thinking ill of other people is hinsa, violence. Swami Shivananji or Swami Satyananji, I can tell you very straightforward and clearly that I have never seen them even think ill of anybody who has been their opponent. Rather, they have always tried to think for the upliftment of their opponents as well. While the opponents have tried to play dirty tricks, these people have given the positive and the creative and the constructive to them. And that is the nature that develops when you are able to identify your routine and manage them, and bring in the positive qualities and express the positive qualities. And habits have to be managed, because habit is a very dangerous thing. It is very difficult to eradicate it. Once you are conditioned, once you are habituated, habituation and habit, they are two different things. Habit is a behavior of the mind according to its nature. If mental nature is destructive, negative, then habits will be destructive and negative. If the mental nature is positive and constructive, the habits will be positive and constructive. So you can know the personality of the individual by watching and observing their habits. You can know the mindset of the individual by watching their habits. And if you can tweak these habits and make them positive, make them qualitative, then your lifestyle will change drastically and dramatically. And habituation is adjustment. You know, when you walk into a room where somebody has either lit an incense or has had a smoke, the moment you enter, the smell hits your nose, and you become aware of that smell, either of the incense or of smoke. But after 5 minutes in the room, you are not aware of the smoke anymore. You have become habituated, conditioned to smoke in the room, and you are not aware of it. It does not call your attention. Similarly, the mind gets conditioned by every situation and thought and circumstances. If we are feeling tense, anxious, nervous, dejected, depressed, then at that time we will notice it that I am feeling this now, but after 1 hour I will be in that state and not even realize that I am in that state. Habituation would have taken place, conditioning would have taken place. People come to ashram, they are out of their environment. The mother is not there, the parents are not there to feed them, to ask them, "Beta, are you hungry? Are you thirsty? You want something?" The maid is not there to make the bed or to wash the clothes. Everything has to be done by the person himself or herself. People are not able to become self-reliant. Nobody is self-reliant. Everyone is dependent. In big cities, people are totally dependent on servants and helpers. They come to wash clothes, they come to make the food, they come to clean the house. And people who live in the house are totally incapable of managing their own affairs. We have lost the ability to remain self-reliant and to do our own thing. And Swami Shivanandaji used to say, be self-reliant. Paramahansaji says, be self-reliant. Stand on your own 2 feet. Don't depend on anybody else. And this self-reliance has to come in, especially when we are trying to change our lifestyle. Habits have to change. Our conditioning has to change, because if you talk bad and negative all the time, the neuron connections in your brain will become destructive and dissipative. The connection which is taking place in your brain is negative, is detrimental, it is destructive. There are people who are irritated whole day, who are screaming at people whole day, who are abusing people whole day, who are rough with people whole day, and they don't even realize that they are speaking in a rough manner. But other person feels it. And now people have lost this sensitivity. Please don't mind me saying it, due to Alexa or Siri. At home, people say, "Siri, play this music. Siri, play the news." And that speech becomes a habit. Siri is all right, Alexa is all right. They are good to use. But then you change because of that. So next time you go to the aeroplane, you get on the flight, and you are telling the air hostess, "Get me water." There's no please and there's no thank you anymore. There is roughness in speech because you have conditioned yourself. There's no please anymore, no thank you anymore. Just a rough order which is being given by people because that is how they are living their life today. The sensitivity is gone. And these are the habits that have to be corrected, because these habits reflect the behavior and the nature and the expressions of the mind. And the best way to change the habits